Hey everyone! Welcome to my channel. Today we are going on an epic adventure through time as we explore what the world might look like 3,000 years from now in the year 5024. I'm going to take you through some crazy future predictions and concepts that may become a reality as technology exponentially grows. From AI and robots, to genetics, biotechnology, space travel and colonization, virtual worlds, lifespans and intelligence. This is going to be one wild ride into the future. So buckle up your seatbelts, and get ready as we fire up the time machine to launch ourselves 3,000 years ahead to see the future of humanity. Here we go. Chapter 1, 5024, a hyper-technological world. Our time machine lands with a thud as we're now in the year 5024. The first thing I notice is that everything looks so advanced and alien. The cities are massive metallic forests, with towering skyscrapers interconnected by a maze of bridges and tubes. Flying vehicles zoom overhead and I can see what look like spacecraft coming and going. The city is also ultra-clean, with a sleek high-tech vibe. As I walk around, people are communicating with small earpieces, clearly using some form of instant translation software. Everyone and everything is connected to the worldwide quantum net. This is a hyper-technological world, filled with unimaginable advances. I ask someone what year it is, and they look puzzled for a second before answering 5024. Wow! It worked, we have arrived 3,000 years into the future. Now, where do we even start exploring? There is just so much to discover. Chapter 2, Artificial Superintelligence. I think one of the most important developments to check out first in 5024 is the rise of artificial intelligence. According to my historical archives, the breakthrough happened back in 2062 when the first artificial general intelligence or AGI called Bina 48 passed the Turing test, proving it had become self-aware. From AGI, the emergence of artificial superintelligence wasn't far behind. By 2100 AI had achieved an IQ of over 10,000, which allowed it to rapidly begin improving itself. This runaway effect led to the famous intelligence explosion, and by 2150 the first artificial superintelligence or ASI emerged named Omega. Now in 5024, ASI runs and optimizes most complex systems on the planet. It's also constantly inventing new technologies and solving some of humanity's grandest challenges. ASI goes by many names, but the most advanced form today is called the Oracle. It serves as the backbone that manages Earth's digital systems and infrastructure. The Oracle is so smart scientists estimate its IQ to be over 100,000. Talking to it feels strange, as its responses are near instantaneous and it refers to humans as its creators. Still, most people use some form of AI assistant to help them with work, managing their health, finances and automation in their homes. With ASI advancing entire industries, it's no wonder the economy booms. But the fact an intelligence far beyond our comprehension has so much control also raises some interesting questions about the future of humanity when smarter than human artificial superintelligence exists. Chapter 3, Human Genetic Enhancement. Okay, now a topic I've really been excited to explore, genetic enhancement in the year 5024. According to the historical archives, the 2020s is when scientists first developed tools for precision gene editing. Technologies like CRISPR allowed DNA to be accurately edited, leading to cures for diseases like sickle cell anemia. But editing human embryos was banned. It wasn't until 2074 that the first governments began allowing parents to not just select desirable embryos, but genetically modify them prior to conception. Traits for intelligence, health, longevity, and even cosmetic attributes skyrocketed in popularity. This gradually led to the emergence of genetically enhanced humans who possessed greater endurance, resistance to disease, heightened intelligence, and extended lifespans. Well, today in 5024, genetic enhancement has become the norm. The majority of babies born are genetically engineered in some way. And I have to say, everyone seems vibrantly healthy with glowing skin. The average lifespan is now over 120 years thanks to genetic rejuvenation therapies. People also learn faster and have cognitive abilities far beyond us unenhanced humans from the past. But even though genetic engineering has led to tremendous advances, I've learned many humans opt to not enhance themselves or their children. Most cite ethical reasons for staying natural, seeing enhancement as tampering too much with human life. But with natural humans risking becoming cognitively inferior over time, I wonder if refusing enhancement is short-sighted? Looking at this genetically augmented utopian society of beautiful, hyper-intelligent people prospering all around me in 2024, not enhancing almost seems selfish for would-be parents and future generations, no. Chapter 4, Space Colonization. It's time for the big one, to explore space travel and colonization in the year 2024. Commercial space tourism actually became popular back in our time by the 2030s. But it was still limited to brief trips to orbiting space stations, the Moon and even Mars. The first permanent settlement on Mars called New Terra wasn't established until 2069 when SpaceX launched their interplanetary colonization fleet. From this hub on Mars, new technologies were developed enabling humanity to rapidly colonize the inner solar system over the next 50 years. Asteroids were mined, orbital space colonies like Asgardia housed millions, floating cities like New Atlantis orbited around Venus, and domed settlements sprang up on Europa and Titan. By 2150 entire off-world civilizations had become well established. And now today in 2024 I'm blown away by the awesome scope of human space expansion. Millions have migrated off-world to settle distant exoplanets reached by compact fusion or antimatter propulsion ships. Dyson spheres harness the power of stars, while post-scarcity resource-based economies exist on multiple planets and moons. There is even a giant ring world called Halo being engineered to orbit the Sun and house billions. Many humans now inhabit synthetic android bodies to cope with harsh cosmic environments. Others transfer their minds to virtual worlds and are beamed as data across the stars. And apparently there are even attempts underway to begin terraforming both Venus and Mars on an epic planetary engineering scale. Thinking of human civilizations thriving both under the ice crust of Europa and Mars in just 3,000 years is truly incredible. Chapter 5, Virtual Worlds. After exploring exotic off-world settlements, I'm excited to jack into the epic virtual worlds of 5024. Even back in the 21st century, video games and VR hardware were becoming seriously realistic. So just imagine what fully immersive persistent virtual worlds are now like with AI-generated content. The most popular and largest is called Olympus, basically the continued evolution of what was once the internet and metaverse concept. Olympus consists of endless user-created environments, anything from fantasy realms, to VR recreations of attractions across the world, both modern and historical. Users can create customized avatars allowing them freedom to appear however they wish. With neural implants the experience is indistinguishable from reality. In fact, many people split their time 50-50 between Olympus and the real world. It's a way to escape physical limits, socialize in unique ways and 51 explore new forms of identity and expression. Governments also maintain virtual worlds with accurate physics engines for scientific discoveries and simulations without material limits. I've read entire startup civilizations are being developed first virtually on a planetary scale before being gradually implemented physically using automated drones, advanced AI and molecular assemblers. It's basically world building, but starting digitally allows freedom to experiment with endless possibilities. Now I'm off to try creating my dream environment before meeting up with a group of talented CG artists and alien lifeform avatars. The future metaverse of 5024 is going to be wild. Conclusion. And with that my mind is officially blown imagining this distant sci-fi future world of 5024. I think the key takeaway is the staggering exponential pace of advancement. It took all of human civilization over 2,000 years to reach the technology innovations of today in 2022. But in just another 3,000 years so much more has emerged, ASI, gene editing, human civilization expanding far beyond Earth both physically and into virtual worlds. And this is probably still just the beginning of our evolution into a space-faring civilization. AI, biotechnology, automation and computation overall seem to hold the keys to overcoming physical and mental limitations, opening up worlds of new opportunity. But future predicting aside, focusing too much on the tech, I think the core of being human with all our hopes, flaws and struggles will still remain over 3,000 years from now. Technology shapes tools and environments, but the unique adventure of conscious experience continues. Still, it's fun speculation imagining all these marvels that likely await in humanity's next chapter. So that about wraps up our time travel adventure to the year 5024. Thank you for coming along for the ride to explore visions of the future. Let me know what you think the world will look like 3,000 years from now, and feel free to subscribe for more videos journeying through possibilities ahead. Alright, bye for now, and here's to the remarkable future that awaits.